it's Oa and welcome back to my channel for another video, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my October plan with me in my bullet journal, and my theme is Halloween candies. I know this video is a little late, it is already October, but I still wanted to share these pages. And for my supplies, I'm using a notebook from Amazon. I will link all of my supplies down in the description box down below. So if you are interested in any of my supplies, you can find them there. But I will be using some black liners. The two that I'm using are the Uniball pens and the Faber-Castell Pet Artist pens, as well as some colors. And for my color scheme, I went with purples and also some blue, and I tried to have a spooky feel to these Halloween candies so that it would go well for October. So I'm gonna start now on the cover page, and basically I tried to go for a trick-or-treat basket, which is a pumpkin, which I outlined all of it in black with my fine liner, and then I wrote October with this kind of spooky lettering. It kind of looks like it's dripping, and I used the brush pen from the Pet Artist pens to fill it in, and I just love this handwriting. I always do it for October. I've been doing it for a while now. And then I just colored in gray the inside of the bucket, kind of giving it a shadow. And I left the pumpkin blank just because the rest of it is going to be in color, so I didn't want to have too much going on. And then I tried to just have a bunch of different candies. I have I don't know the names for specific candies, so I'm not gonna say which names, but I have some little triangle ones with all 3 colors, and then some lollipops, and just overall like cute little candies. And then I colored them in with either a shade of purple or gray or a very light blue. You will see that in a second. Also, I'm really sorry for this close-up clip. It's a little bit out of focus. It will get better as the video goes on. And then here I'm just starting to color all of them in, and I tried to vary which shades I was using just to have some like not have too much or too little color. And the little round candies, I did them all in gray and blue, and I really like adding those. It kind of split the colors a little bit better and makes it a little bit less too much of purple, because my problem while making this spread is that I felt like it was just too much purple, so that's why I added some gray and some blue in there just to break a little bit the pattern. But that's basically it for the cover page. Moving on to the calendar spread, I kept this one really simple and really just simple because I wanted to have it be more like functional, and also because the candy doodles do take a little bit of time to make, so I wanted to keep the rest of the design rather quick to make. And I'm sorry if you can't really see it, but here I'm making lines with my really light purple, and it doesn't show up that well on camera, but what I did is just highlight the first line of each row for each week of the calendar, and then that's where I will add in the dates for each day. And then I just went in with the Uniball eye pen to do the squares. I just kept it extremely simple, and then I'm adding the title for the page, which is the same thing as I did for the cover page, with the same lettering, but I'm doing it with the dark purple this time. For the candy doodles, I usually just put some around. The only thing is the lollipop ones took so much space that I only put one on this page just because I wanted to have space for other things as well, and I just did all kinds of shapes and sizes. I looked on Pinterest to find some inspiration of candy doodles just because I really had no idea what to do. If you want to go follow me on Pinterest, you can find it in the description box down below with all of my other socials as well, so you can also see like my inspirations. And also I usually try to post all of the pages that I make, well, when I actually keep up with it, but I try to at least have like my inspirations behind all of these. So if you want to see what I used, then you can go check it out. And basically, once I had all the candy maids around, I really loved doing the lollipop on the upper right side. It's really funny with the face. And then I just added the name on top of each week, and that is basically all for this calendar spread. Moving on to my next page, I now have my habits tracker. I really love having a habits tracker in my monthly setups just because it's so useful to have. And for this one, I also did more on the minimalist side for the actual spread and functional part. I just have a mini square for where the mini calendar would go, but I didn't actually draw all of the numbers inside. And I just added on top a line for a header to put the name of the habits. If you have never used a habits tracker, I would highly recommend using one. It's so helpful to keep track of certain things that you want to be more aware of, whether you want to do it more often or less often, because it can work for both ways. But it's really just such a good tool, and it's so simple to add inside of a bullet journal. And the way I made this page a little bit more pretty, I just added some colors to the different squares, and then for the lettering I used the Tombow Duo brush markers for the calligraphy, and then I thickened the downstrokes just to make it a little bit more like a dramatic effect for the calligraphy. It's also a simpler way to make calligraphy if you don't really know how to do it. You just need to know how to do cursives, and then if you just thicken the downstrokes, then you have calligraphy. And then I basically just doodled all around. I just added on top and on the bottom. I didn't want to add too much in between, and I just colored everything in, and that's basically it for this page. This next spread is my favorite by far this month, and it is the mood tracker. And for this one I went all out. It did take me a really long time to make, but in my opinion it was all worth it. Also a little time jump because I actually forgot to record me doing the outline for the lettering at the top, which is just the same that I've been doing for the rest of the month, but I basically just wrote mood with this dripping handwriting, and then added tracker underneath it in purple, and then the rest of the page is filled with 31 individual candy doodles, and basically I have one for each day of the month. And then at the bottom I have another one of these candy buckets for the key, so you can add the colors you want to use for this page. And I just love this one so much. I really had a lot of fun. I feel like these kind of spreads do take a little bit more time, but they are so therapeutic to make. I always enjoy really like taking my time making it and just spending the extra time to just relax, and it's really a mindless thing to do. You could also just draw it every day, like have it maybe sketched out, and then if you just want to have something to do every day for like 5 minutes to yourself to just take some time for like your mental health, it's also a good way to just sketch it out, and then you can just draw it literally every day and then fill it in, kind of like as a double thing, to both have it for like therapeutic reasons to relax and also have it to fill it in for your mood. But I really enjoy having these kinds of mood trackers, and it's really funny to make. So yeah, that's basically all for this. I just added all the details and all of the numbers, and I kind of sped it up a lot because it took me a really long time and I didn't want this video to be 2 hours long. So I hope you still had the time to see how I made it, but it's very sped up. And now continuing with trackers, I have the water tracker here, and I just started with the tumble drawer brush markers, and I drew a 1 dot grid wide line on the side using the purple marker, which is 31 square tall for the 31 days of the month. And then actually, I think I messed up and only did 30 days, but that's not the point. And then I used the gray marker and I drew all the way across the page for the upper part of the tracker, which will be to add increments of water. If you don't know how a water tracker works, basically you have a spot for each day of the month, and then you can basically just you can color in how much water you drink each day, which is really helpful. And then once I had the dates, I just drew the shape of the box and just outlined it. And then basically this page is a really simple box tracker to have, and then you can just track your water all month long, and it's also a really quick one to make. And at the top I just drew a separate candy for each letter of water, and then I just left some space to write tracker, and that's pretty much it for this page. I just kept it pretty simple. I'm not sure how well you will be able to tell on camera the actual lettering part of the water on top of the candies. I don't think it showed up super well on camera, but that's basically what I did. Also, if you would like some additional bullet journal content, you can follow me on my other socials. I post more often on TikTok and Instagram, and I also have a shop where I sell my digital versions of my planners and bullet journals. So if you are interested and you like the art that you see here and all the doodles, and you would like to get one for yourself, you can check out the description box and go ahead and check out my shop and just have a look. I try to have like every month the theme that I make, so if you want to go check it out. I do have these pages that I made for October, and I do have them as undated, so if you would like to still get them, you can. And also I have the November ones that are already available, but we are now moving on to the gratitude log for this page. I just have a very colorful spread for this one. I basically just have the 31 days of the month written on the side, and then I just used the 3 main colors of this month, which are the purple, the gray, and the blue, and I used them alternatively to make a gradient like all across, and just basically highlighted every line, and it's basically like a little diary kind of to be able to write what you're grateful for. And I really love gratitude just to have a positive reminder in your day. Or you can also use this page for anything like a one line a day, or like highlight of your day, or there's so many possibilities. And I just decorated the page with a candy bucket and then some more candies with the title, obviously, but I didn't go too crazy for this page. I kept it really simple because there's a lot of color already. And for my final spread, I have a weekly spread, and for this one I basically just also have a very simple, I feel like simple is the way to describe this month, but basically I just have the middle of the page that is separated with a line of candy doodles, and then on top and on the bottom I just have the daily sections. Each page is separated into 4 sections, and I just have a line of color for each day, and I used the Pet Artist pens, the brush pen to do the lettering, and then I just added the line in the middle to draw all of the doodles, and I just try to space them out to just have like a pattern to almost kind of look like a washi tape was in the middle of the page. And then I just have each separate day daily sections, and since there's 8 sections, the last one, or rather the first one on the upper left corner, I added a mini calendar just to have a reference or like where it is in the month. I usually have mini calendars inside of the weekly spreads just like to have a visual of where I am in the month. And then I just basically colored everything in, and that is basically all for this page. Nothing too crazy. And this is basically all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I know that this video is very late, but I hope you still enjoyed this October plan with me and this spooky Halloween theme. Also, a candy theme can be done for other month as well. So I hope you enjoyed and that you found this video useful. There's still obviously the little flip through of all the pages, but if you like this video, please leave me a comment. If you have any theme ideas for me that you would like me to do, then please leave them in the comments as well. Also check out all of my other socials as well as my shop, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!